Hey there, this is Joe Polish, and I'm driving in beautiful sunny Arizona right now. It's hot. And there has been some questions based on an I Love Marketing episode where I talked about the magic rapport formula. And I had mentioned on that episode about how, I never ask anyone to do anything for me unless I can create value for them first. And I made the comment about how I had had dinner with Richard Branson. The first time I actually met him was at a charity event where I made a $15,000 donation to Virgin Unite in order to have dinner with Richard Branson. And while we were there, he was, talking about some of the stuff he was doing with environmental, issues and his foundation. And I told him about an idea I'd given Bill Phillips, which involved distributing a educational video in the case of Bill Phillips, in exchange for a donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So what I shared with Richard Branson was how to use education-based marketing, basically the same stuff that we teach on I Love Marketing, and about how he could use, information about what Virgin Unite does and get it out there to the world. And if people understand more about it, they're obviously more likely to support it through their time, through their effort, or even financially by making a contribution. And so he said, can you put that idea in writing for me and send it to me? So that's exactly what I did, and I actually spelled out a plan in an email to Richard. And I'm the only one that I believe that evening got his email, and it was because I gave him an idea that he really liked. And then he said, well, can you email that to me? And I said, yeah, but I need your email. So of course I got his email. And now, of course, me and Richard Branson have had many, many emails back and forth, and I have a great personal relationship with him and stuff. But it all started with giving him an idea on marketing. That's one of the reasons that I love marketing. And it's also, something that everyone could use, for-profit, non-profit, etc. But one of the things I spelled out is I said, Richard, what if I interview Jean Olwang, who is the lady that runs Virgin Unite? And so instead of even asking Richard to do an interview, which I've now done, I've had him speak at one of my conferences, I've done events with him, private sessions, he's come and spoken at one of my 25K groups, we're now doing our 4th trip to Necker Island in a few months. I mean, I've spent a lot of time with Richard Branson. I never initially asked him for his time. I said, let me interview the person that actually is running your foundation, and I will, we'll document what Virgin Unite does. So I did this great interview explaining Virgin Unite, and now when people listen to that interview, they're educated. They understand what Virgin Unite is, and if it resonates with them, they want to get involved. And so we've had lots of people. I mean, at his last charity event, Rock the Casbah, that I went to, 92 people came with me in my group that made a $2,500 a piece contribution. Several other people bought things at the auction, supported it, and we raised $327,000 for Virgin Unite that way. And so it's a snowball effect. Once you start educating people, you're delivering value. I mean, simply, a lot of people don't understand that even if you just give people how-to tips, how to choose a carpet cleaner, how to get your home refinanced, how to choose a website designer, how to take care of your dog or your cat. I mean, it's all education, and that's the idea I gave Richard. So for the people that wanted to know what the idea was, it's simply, create an educational piece. And so what Bill Phillips did, and I'm just going to keep rambling here because she's got this camera pointed at me, and this is my office in the background. We've literally driven to my office here. What I did with Bill Phillips, we'll go around the front so they can see the beautiful front of the Piranha Marketing headquarters. What I did for Bill Phillips is he had this incredibly powerful video that he had put together called Body of Work. He had done this, years ago, and it was about his physique transformation contest. And Bill was already doing some really cool stuff, and I made a suggestion. Why don't you, take this idea that I got from Gary Halbert, where I raised a bunch of Piranha Marketing right there. Where you take this video and send it to people for free if they make a donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation or the Denver Children's Hospital. And he was already involved with Make-A-Wish, so he said, yeah, let's do that. And so Bill ended up becoming the single largest individual contributor in the history of the world for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And so far he's granted over 550 wishes for kids as a result of using an education-based marketing method in order to distribute valuable information to people, and you should do the same thing. So I hope that is helpful, and I hope I wasn't rambling too much, but listen to my magic rapport formula. All that background noise you heard was AC, because it's like 150 degrees outside right now, so you have to have AC on here. Well, unless you enjoy being really uncomfortable. But listen to the magic rapport formula. You'll hear about kind of how I connect with people, sort of my methodology, and everyone has seemed to really enjoy that call, and I appreciate it. Although we did have a snafu, and a lot of our Facebook comments disappeared off the I Love Marketing website, so we're trying to get those back. But please post and share that episode with everyone. It would make me feel really good. And by the way, there's so much value in there on how you can make more money that you owe it to me. I mean, truly, you owe me. You really do. So tell your friends. And I'm kidding. Have a great day. Goodbye.